Hi, this is the first new video or clip from Newbie Trader. Why I've started this is because I understand out there when I started there wasn't really much guidance for me in terms of trading. But a lot of people, a lot of sites advertising about trading, but there's nothing really a path to go on or how you do it or how you go about it. So I'm going to share today, and hopefully it will guide some of you who are interested in trading on which direction to take, on which direction I took and how I got to be where I am today. I'm still new, I'm still learning the trade. By no means am I an experienced trader doing it full time. Far from that, I'm still learning it myself. But when I look back from when I started, to what I'm now today, I feel I've come quite a way. I feel that I'm starting now to turn a corner, and I'm actually starting to make some profit. And I feel that I'm in a comfortable position now where I can trade properly, so I can accept a loss. I can accept that I am going to lose a lot of losses in the day, and I can also accept that overall my profit needs to be over a month, say, rather than on a day or that certain trade. So I'm going to show you how I got there, on what path I took. And you can see here, Bet365 website's up, and that's where I started, mug betting. I started, my brother come round to my house one day. He said, we had this new smart TV, and he said, fancy doing some horse racing there. I said, I'm not a member of anything. He goes, oh, we'll do it on the telly. I said, hey, the telly? I said, yeah, I'll do it on the telly. So I got my telly out and he showed me how to do it. But I think there's a Ladbrokes account I had back then. And we started doing the horses. We weren't very successful because we had no stats to go off, or no form. We didn't understand what we were doing. But then again, we weren't putting much money on the races either, so it kind of balanced itself out a little bit. But when it kind of got me excited about betting and mug betting. So I've opened up sites. Bet365 was probably one of my first ones with Ladbrokes. And I'd go on and I'd have to bet, just like everyone does, Premier League games, horse racing. But what I was finding was that the odd winning was coming here and there. But because I was so new to the game of betting, because I didn't understand, I basically didn't care either, really, to be honest. It was spare money I had, so I thought I was under the illusion that it made the game better when I had a bet on it. And you're right, there was some one game, Liverpool v Chelsea. The game was when Torres, I think it was John Terry, he had on the wing, and he cut inside and bent it, a little shot into the corner of the net. It was that game where we won 2-0, and I had Liverpool 2-0 and Torres to score. So it made me 300 quid, and I was landing with that, I was quite happy with it. But that was where it ended. So that's the start. That was where I was at the time. Then I got into hackers, putting hackers on, and they're a bookie's dream when someone puts an hacker on, because you've got to have so many things go your way before you can take your money. Whereas the bookie's only going to have one loss, and he's got his money back. He's got your money. So they had a bookie's dream. But I was online, Facebook, and I was moaning, bloody hacker, bloody team, whatever it is, let me down. And one of my mates on Facebook said, can't believe you're still mug betting. I said, what do you mean mug betting? He said, mug betting, it's for mugs. I said, well, what do you do then? He said, oh, I match bet. I was so intrigued. I said, what is match betting? And he explained it's about using the bookies in the exchange to match the two bets together, and that gives you a free bet, and then you use the free bet as part of your profits. That's match bet basically in a nutshell. So you make a small loss maybe on the first bet, and then you get your free bet with and that's where your profits come from. So I got intrigued, and as by magic, here we go. I logged into Profit Accumulator. I had a look on it. This site is amazing. I would recommend this site to anybody who's learning how to trade or wants to learn how to trade, because they give you the from A to Z in trading, how to do it. There's videos before each offer that he has. He does videos on it, and he'll show you how to do it on video. He's also got the script to show you how to do the script, because he covers all types of learning, which is great. And I learned a lot from these guys. It is a paid service, but the good thing is, if you sign up for these, they give you two accounts free. So just because you're interested, so they give you 2 accounts. It's just serious for you as well. But the profit you get from them 2 accounts gives you your month's subscription. So it hasn't really come out of your pocket. You just maybe put in your exchange account, put a bit of money in your bookie's account, and then you go from there. And my profit started growing. I think I started this in maybe the January, and no, it wasn't January, sorry, it was later than that. It was probably about the June, say by the August, I'd already made £1,000. So, yeah, that to me was good. And for some reason I stopped doing it. I just stopped. Maybe it was taking too much of my time up, I don't know. Maybe I went on holiday and come back, and I can't remember why, but there was a reason why I stopped doing it. And to be honest, I didn't do much betting. I don't mug betting with Bet365 or Wildbucks, whatever. When I started back up, maybe when the football season started, I don't know. But I went back and I made a little bit of money again. Cheltenham, the Grand National Festival. These are festivals where you can make a lot of money match betting. So I decided from there that I wonder if I like trading. I wonder, what trading is. Just to trade without actually having to match your bets up. Because one thing with this is, with match betting and Profit Accumulator, you tend to lose some bookie accounts. So I lost William Hill, one of the first to go, Coral. I lost quite a few accounts on Betway, because they don't like you winning. They will match betting. You either win in your exchange, which is good, or you win in the bookie account, which they don't like. And the bets you put on, they can kind of match up. They can kind of tell. No, I'm a punter. Go and put 300 quid on Blight Spartans to win the next game or something. So, they can tell who the match betters are and who's a normal punter, and they tend to go after the match betters and block their accounts. So when I say block them, they basically limit your accounts, so you can only put a couple of quid on a bet, which basically telling you they don't want your custom. This happened to quite a few accounts, to be fair, and it really started getting me down, because you get like a certain path, you get a certain way of doing it, how you want to do it. And all of a sudden you get an email saying you're basically no longer welcome to users, because they don't like people who win money. They just like people, an old punter that'll just go out there, put their hackers on, or put their normal bets on, and lose a bit of money and make them rich. That's what bookie does. Exchange is different. The exchange is people beat people, so people are betting with people. So someone backs them, just grab a layer, and 2 people have to meet, come together to make that bet happen. That does happen on a bookie. Someone's putting the money up, creditor's putting the money up, and obviously that creditor wants to see a return on his money, so all the time. And if you're match betting, that creditor isn't going to see a return on his money, and doesn't like you very much, basically. So I kind of got to thinking, well, I'm losing a few accounts here now, so what's the next step for me? What can I actually do now? And I stumbled online. I think I either had an email, or I can't remember how I found this bloke, but Clive Keeling, his name is. It may have come through one of my emails, and he does send a few emails out still. And he's got a service called DRT, Delay React Trade. When you sign up to Clive's account, you 30-day risk trial, 30-day risk-free trial. So you sign up to him. He gives you all the tools that you need. So he's got like a log of so many angles that he works off. I'm not going to go into them because I don't want to lose Clive on money. So I'm just here basically showing my path, how I did it. But I'm not really going to go into his angles of what he does, because obviously if I did, then I don't know. If you're interested, look him up. He's absolutely brilliant. He's a nice chap as well. And the good thing about Clive is he does live trading with you. So on a Saturday or a Wednesday, he does these webinars, and whether it's on Twitter or whether it's on his own site, go through the trades. He'll trade with you, and you learn so much. So through this site, I learned a lot. To be fair, I learned what angles were, what some betting strategies, and what to use. But I was new. I was new to trading, this kind of thing. Even with the match betting, I understood what match betting was. Trading is so much different, and I couldn't get my head around that, how different it was. Because with match betting, you're looking at, put a back bet on, you put a lay bet on, you don't care what happens, because you automatically know how much you're going to win or lose in the event. And then the free bet, that's where you make your profit. So you try and go as high as you can, get a good match, and then make the highest profit you can. With trading, it's kind of like when you first start it, you're looking for the bet. You still got that bookie, and you still got that mug betting instinct into you. You still got, I need to find a good odds on over 2.5 goals, or 1.5 goals, or you're still looking at match odds as well. You're still looking, look at that. Say Arsenal win this, or Liverpool to win that, or United to win this, or whatever you go for. But you still got that instinct, that mind still acting as if you're mug betting, if you didn't bet 365, because it's the way you know. So no matter what Clive had told me, I still had that mindset of mug betting. I still didn't get it, trading, and how it worked. And to be fair, I did alright, but I didn't do mega out of it. I didn't make the money that some of these guys on here did. And I did the month's trial. I think I then signed up for a month, because he's given me all these tools. He gave me all the tools. I wanted to give it a fair shot. I wanted to really see if I could get this working, because I say Clive's a really nice bloke. I just couldn't get it working. I just couldn't get the psyche of trading at all. To me, trading was, I was using it. I still had that betting, that mug betting psyche. And while you've got that, there's no way you're going to profit from trading. And as simple as that. And that's where I learned along the hard way. And one of the reasons I learned was through DRT. So if you're interested in DRT, the website's there. DelayReactTrade.com. Give Clive a bell. He's great. He's a great person, Clive is. He'll set you up, and he'll work with you on webinars, whether it's on his own site or whether it's on Twitter. He'll post them through, and then away you go. So yeah, give Clive, if you're interested in trading, I recommend. There's a few actually on here I'm going to recommend. This is one of them. It's really good, Clive is. So from there, I said I gave it 2 months. I couldn't make any serious profit. I wanted to. It was through my own misguidance, really, and my own learnings that is why I couldn't get my head around it. So once I left DRT, started mug betting for a bit more, and then I come across this man, Karen Berry. Karen, who's a full-time trader, been there, done it all, and loads of you who YouTube will probably come across this bloke. He's a very experienced trader, and he's got his own site called karenberry.com, and in that is a lot of information. It is absolutely mind-boggling how much information he has in his site, and he's really good at what he does. You can't take it away from him. He mainly horse racing, So if you're interested in horse racing or trading horses, I recommend paying a visit to his site. He's got quite a few guides, if you like, video guides. There's books he's got out, and he does a bit of tennis there as well. He does a bit of football now and then, but his main love is horse racing and pre-race. So he does it before the off, and he goes through all the tips and strategies. So if you are interested in horse racing, you're interested in how to do it properly, I think Cam Berry will probably be your man to look at. So have a look at. Go on YouTube, to look him up. He's got loads of videos out there, and then pay his site a visit if you're interested. As I said, he's pretty thorough. The videos, they can be a bit quick to pick things up, because that's what trading is. If any of you had a go at trading and you've seen how the markets operate, they're very quick. So he has to be quick. But I think he's realised this, and he's started to slow them down a little bit more. So it gives you more insight. And the second time I looked at these, when he's improved them, you can learn a lot more from the second time to his first time. So yeah, if you're interested in horse racing and you're interested in trading horses, Cam Berry is definitely a man to have a look at. I don't think there's many better than Cam when it comes to trading horses. He is on Twitter, and he will send you the odd email now and then. But yeah, if you're interested in horses, look him up. So that was my next step anyway, was camberry.com. Looking at YouTube videos, there's people who I work with told me about Can. Said, oh, he's always on it, but you don't learn much from him. To be fair, on the YouTube videos you probably don't. It doesn't go into great detail. But if you go onto his site and start looking at his products, and that's where the detail comes in. So yeah, if you're interested in horse racing, pre-racing, he doesn't do many in-play horse races. He always does it pre, so before the off. And yeah, take a look at Cam. To be fair, horse racing was a bit quick for me as a new trader. Horse racing markets are really quick. And you think, well, what do you mean by quick? Well, if you look at the money that goes through the horse racing market, you're looking, say, it depends what race it is. If it's a good race, a televised race, Saturday afternoon in a big meeting, 10 minutes before the race, you're looking at 120,000 per minute going through. Probably 120,000 a second, actually, sorry, going through the market. When that's that much money going through the market, the prices are going to rise and fall pretty quickly. So, it was kind of a steep learning curve for me on horse racing, pre-races. For me, it went too quick at that time. I learned a lot, to be fair. I did learn, about trading and about backing a lane and stuff like that. But when I lost a bit of money, I kind of think, oh God, it's the end of the world. I'm meant to be making money, you're not losing it. And I couldn't get my head around that side of things. A loss affected me. A win affected me as well. If you win, at that time I was only using, I think it's like £2 stakes. And if I won 80p, if I won £1.50 or, even more times, you think, oh yeah, I'm doing really well here. So I let it get to my head, and then you go and do some mistakes next round because you're too confident. So with Can, yeah, he's great. There's some great material out there. It's up to you whether you go and purchase it or not. It's not a monthly thing, I don't think. I think it is a one-off payment. So yeah, if you're interested, go and look him up on YouTube. You can see he talks a bit of sense, but then don't take what on YouTube videos as gospel as this, because a lot of my friends have told me, you've got nothing you can about it on YouTube. Well, he's not gonna give you free when he's got, when he's selling this stuff on his own site, is he? So let's have a bit of common sense here. He's a businessman at the end of the day. So if you do want to learn, then go to camberry.com. he's got all his products on there. That was my next step. I just tried a bit of horses here and there, and to be fair, when I lost a bit of money on them, it put me off because I wasn't ready for horse racing markets. They're too quick, too steep. You know, you can lose money quite easily in seconds in the horse racing market. So what I would suggest to you, if you are going to do horse racing, is to paper trade first, because the money you can lose is absolutely is phenomenal, especially if you're going in with big stakes. I went in with £2 stakes, and I was gutted that I lost. I think in one race, I think I lost about 70 quid. I was absolutely gutted. So I learnt my lesson, and I was like, oh no, that's not for me. I'm not ready for this yet. So I went back to mug betting, and I basically come away from trading altogether. It kind of put me off a little bit. So I went back to mug betting and this, that, and the other. And I think I actually went back to match betting to try and get my money back up as well. To be honest, I can't remember, but I think that's how it went. I left trading, went back into mug betting, and went back into match betting again to try and get my money back up. And while I was with DRT, he mentioned about in-play trading. So I asked Clive where he got his, which matches he knew what to trade on, and he said to me, "Oh, there's a new system on internet called in-play trading, and they've got a scanner, and on that scanner it gives you all the information you need." So I checked out the scanner, and I was really impressed. I've got to admit, I was really impressed. Again, it's a monthly service. That's what it's called, in-play trading. And I was quite impressed with it, to be fair. I really, the first time I used it, I didn't really get the most out of it. I used the scanner, and I didn't really get enough out of this at the time. I was new. Again, I was still new to trading. I didn't have the psyche of a trader. I didn't really have that mental thing in my head that switched from being a mug better, a match better, into trading. And it is a massive psyche. It is a massive change in the way you think. And I was on it for about a month, I think. And I come off it because I thought, I'm not making much money here. You know, I'm not making anything. So why am I? You know, it's a monthly subscription. I think you charge something like £20 a month. I don't know exactly how much now, but I'm not making anything. I thought, so why am I still paying for this? So I come off it, and when I sent the email out to, I think it was Ian, and I had to at the time, he said, well, he said on the email, to be fair to him, he said, "You've not really scratched it. It's only just scratched the service. You've been with us 4 weeks. Are you sure you want to leave?" I said, "Yeah, I'm not making any money, and I want to leave. The reason I come to this is because I want to make money, and I want to leave." So, you know, straight away the sign should have been there. Is trading right for you at that moment in time? And probably wasn't, because I didn't have the mind psyche. So, again, I went back to mug betting. And I stayed with mug betting for a while, to be fair. I think it was for like 6 months, but it wouldn't be all the time. It would only be here and there. Saturday come, I have the odd treble here or the acca there and stuff like that. You know, a bit of horse racing here. But I still had an itch for trading. I still had that in me that I wanted to learn how to do it. So January this year, I signed back up to in-play trading. And I thought, right, I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to see this trading arc, I'm going to see how it works, and I want to really give it a good go this time and learn it. So I did, and I've been with them now for 4 months, probably on and off. I think it's about 4 months I've done it properly. And to be fair, when I first started, they've got a chat room, as you can see here. got the chat room here. And I was in the chat room, and they got 3 guys in there who run it basically from Monday to Friday. Then Hans himself comes in on Saturday. Simon, Chris, and England's finest, EF. Simon and Chris normally do the football. EF does the horse racing. And I was chatting to these guys, and especially Simon, who's you look at the way they work, how they operate. I think Simon's a full-time trader, and I think Chris and EF want to become full-time traders. I don't know them top there. I think they want to, but they're still working their way up. And it's these guys that really changed my thinking about going from match betting to trading, because I was talking to Simon on the chat rooms, and I said, I'm having problems with the psyche. I'm having problems with losses. I'm having problems with taking, to learn, am I a trader? And Simon gave me a question, and he said, if you put a bet on such a team to win and they were losing, would you go back in and back it, or would you think that's enough? And I had to think about this, and I thought, well, what would I do? Would I go back in and back it and lose money? Or would I just say, right, that's enough, and pull away? And that really got me thinking, so, okay, I'd probably pull out. And Simon said, what's the right answer? Because trading, you're going to get losses. You're going to get losses in trading. It doesn't matter who you are or how good you are. You're not psychic. You're not looking into the future at matches. Football can change. You've seen yourself. I mean, I support Liverpool. There's games where, in the past, where we've gone out we expect to roll teams over, and we've ended up coming back in with our tails on because we've lost the game. That's football, and things happen in football. But I still at that point, so even this year, so you're looking January, February, March this year, especially January, February, I'd probably say March as well, I'm still looking at matches like a better, like a mug better. I'm still looking to say, okay, over 2.5 goals here, 1.5 goals there. I'm still looking at odds. I'm still looking at getting the best odds I can. I'm thinking that's what I'm going to win. And I suppose over the last 4 to 6 weeks, I've learnt a lot. Trading isn't about that. Trading is about finding the value in a bet. It's about trying to find the value in the market. So, and the best way I can explain this is, a mug better will go and look at a match, look at the odds of over 2.5 goals. So whether he wins or loses it doesn't matter. Well, a trader, you look for a value. He knows that so for instance, if you had the market, if you had a game that you wanted to watch and a game you're interested in trading, it was a pretty lively game. There was maybe 3 or 4 shots on target in the first 20 minutes there, and you're thinking, yeah, I want to be involved in this game. So you're looking at the odds, and you're thinking, well, okay, 2.5. A bet might think, no, there's not going to be 3 goals in this game. Well, the trader will put that on, because the trader is not looking for 3 goals, he's looking for the value. The trader knows that he only needs 2. The trader will know, once he gets 2, he can make his money on that market. Whereas a mug better or a normal better wouldn't, because he's looking for the 3 goals in the market. So he wouldn't put that, maybe necessarily put that bet on, maybe go over 1.5, or might even back the team and put that into an acca or something. And this is the psyche that I've learned. You look for the value in the market. It's no worth backing a football team that's at 1.2 or 1.3 or even 1.4 decimals odds now in the market, because yeah, you might win the odd few, but one loss would take your profit straight out. Look for the value in the market. So you're looking at if you're looking at teams, you may be looking at 1.7, 1.8. to 2s, maybe higher, and you start looking at different profit angles, start looking at different strategies. Over 2.5 goals, over 1.5 goals, the correct score markets, the match odds markets. You start looking and you start learning. It's all through play trading. It's looking on the chat rooms, looking at how people do it, asking questions, and the guys will help you on there as well. And you learn as you go along. It's one of the things that, coming from mud betting into trading, I thought it'd be easy, but it's not. You need to change the way you look at matches, the way you look at odds, the way you do your betting, the way you do your trading. It all changes. But the biggest one for me is accepting that you're going to lose from time to time. You might even lose 2 or 3 on a trot. But it's not the battles, it's the war, it's the end games. If you're looking at the end of the month and you've made a profit, then that's great. And it's not something that you won't get rich overnight doing it. It's not something like that. And that's what I thought. Trading, how can you lose? You're backing in your lane, you're not going to lose. Things happen that you don't expect to, because it's football. It's horse racing. You're dealing with live people, live animals, and things can change. That horse might not be able to it that day. That team might have had an off day that day. So you are going to lose, and it's accepting that is the first part of becoming a good trader. It's to accept that you're going to lose your battle, but it's the war that you're interested in. So you start off with small stakes that you can afford to lose, and once you've done that, and you hone your skills into a certain market, and then you can start. Once you start getting more money into your bank, you can then start upping your stakes a little bit more, and so on and so on. So it does take time. I mean, if I go through my profits this year, January, February, I broke even, didn't make a penny. In March, I lost about 56 quid, a couple of mistakes in there. And this month so far, I'm up about 65, 70 quid, I think, something like that. So I'm up overall, but I think over the last 4 to 6 weeks, I've learnt a lot. I have learnt a lot about trading, and it's through these guys, in play trading. You go on Twitter, it's on Twitter. Have a look at the Brilliant Scanner, have a look at the chat rooms. You've got the goal finder, the draw indicator, help on there, videos, there's some strats on there as well, some strategies to go with. And it's got that many, PMT, pre-match trading, TTH, profit for the horse, so it's like pre-horse race traders, pre-race trading for the horses. One I like to trade football, so you've got a lot of in there to go for. And this is where I'm currently at the moment. I'm happy here. The scanner operates 24/7, and the guys are on there most of the time. Obviously they've got lives as well, so not on there. Chris Works, I think England's finest. He's a horse racing guru. I've never seen anyone as good on the horses as this guy. You can pick out 5-6 winners in a day. So yeah, it's even I think they do a month's trial as well, so it's well worth checking us out on there, and giving it a look, give it a go. But as I said, if you are interested in trading, and you've got to change that mindset. You've got to change your mindset straight away. So yeah, it's a massive mindset. It's a massive change. People come on there now, and you guys come on there, and they think it's a gold mine. It's going to be an instant gold mine for them, and it's not. I thought that instant gold mine. I should be able to make money. You see the pros do it. You see people like Canberry do it. You see Ads do it. You see Simon doing it. You see all these traders on there. Peter Webb. Or those of you who know Peter off YouTube. you see guys like them doing it, and you think, how easy is this? Believe me or not, it's not that easy. These guys have been doing it for years. They've got the strategies nailed down. They've got the stakes nailed down. Psychoff, another one on Twitter. You look at Psychoff, and he's making 2 to 3 grand. You know, you look at Psychoff, he's making 2 to 3 grand on a single match. The money's there. He's been doing it for years. He's one of the most successful football traders of all time. So new traders come in, they watch videos like that, they watch people like him, and Khan doing it. You know, if you look at Khan, he's making 40, 50, 60 quid a race sometimes, and you think, oh wow, you know, I could do that. You know, you do the maths, you think, that's a living. It is for people like that, because they've got the money in the background, they've been doing it for years, they've got the bank in the background to be able to do trades like that. As a newbie, as I said, you won't have that bank, you won't have the skill set and the confidence to do what they do. So take your time, you know, look at it, learn, look for the value in the market. Don't go looking as a mug bet thinking, oh, they're never going to get 2.5 goals. You know, I'll go over 1.5 and not take the value. Whereas a trader will take the 2.5 goals and he knows after 2 goals, maybe after 1 goal he can trade up and there won't be much profit in there, but I say after 2 goals definitely. You know, you can either take your losses out and let it run, or you can, like they say, green up and take your profit and go. There's all sorts of things you can do, but it's, as I said, for a trader's looking for value in a bet, looking for that, you know, looking for that profit. While a mug better will look for the overall gains out of it, so maybe that's why I go for accumulators and stuff like that. And that's basically it for me for this one. The next video, I'm going to actually look at how I get games on to trade, stuff I use, you know, the sites I use, looking at software that I use. Maybe those of you who don't go into in-play trading, I'll give you a little glimpse of how I use it and what it can actually do. So thank you for watching. If you're interested in more videos, please subscribe, and hopefully this has helped you if you're starting out in trading. So, see you next time.